All right, I think this is our crew for today. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Video and Photography Workshop. Today we'll be discussing how to find and maneuver the photo and video request forms, how photo and video are utilized at NSU, how to maneuver SmugMug, and how to find the teleprompter request form. So, let's get started. So first up is videography, which is my department. My name is Hannah Bryant, and I'm the video projects coordinator here at NSU. You can find my office phone number or email here on the screen or through the NSU directory. And I believe my role as videographer for NSU is to tell NSU's story through video. So we will watch this. We won't watch all of the full length of all these videos because some of them are a little bit long, but I'll just play the first few seconds of them. So this first video was the fall 2024 graduation recap video. I love filming graduations because there's always so much joy in the space, and it's so fun to see all of the students and the families really excited. And there's also so many different types of excitement that you can get footage of. Sometimes people are more reserved in their excitement, and so they hold up their diploma, they're just happy and proud, and other people are extremely excited. They'll jump up and down, throw their diploma up in the air. It's fun to see all of that. Ah, there we go. So what does video look like for NSU? I like to use a few keywords to describe what video does and is for NSU. And these keywords are awareness, recruitment, social media, web page, events, testimonials, pre-promotion, and VNR, which stands for video news release. And you'll see these words throughout this presentation and throughout my video process. I like to think of the videos we produce as two different categories. The first is internal marketing, which is this video over here on the left side. Internal marketing is highlighting, bringing awareness to, and recruiting people, classes, and anything NSU related. So we'll watch a few short seconds of the VIP Junior Day promo video for 2025. So that is the Junior Day promo video for our internal marketing category. And then our second category is client request. And this is when people or departments from the university request videos that target certain aspects or areas. So this video over here on the right was a client request for the Milken Mentorship Program. They wanted some testimonials of students who had been through that program, and we'll watch a few seconds of Jessica Schrader's testimonial.
My name is Jessica Schrader. I'm a second grade elementary teacher at Jenks East Elementary, and I am part of the Milken Mentorship Program through Northeastern State University. I have wanted to be an educator since I was in kindergarten. It's always been something that I thought that I would enjoy. This is my way of helping the world and making sure that kids are getting what they need every day.
So that was a very fun
My name is
project we got to work on. Okay, next for internal marketing. Video plays a huge role on social media, and here are some examples of where you can see video on NSU's platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. These are the main three that I put videos out on, and you can see all the different types of video we have. So for internal marketing, oh, someone has entered the waiting room. Let's get them on here. So here are a few examples of internal marketing. We'll start with testimonials. Testimonials help tell the personal story of someone's experience with NSU as a whole or something NSU specific related. This specific video is a testimonial that we did with Samuel Wilhite, who had a really cool internship opportunity. We'll take a little look at that one.
My name is Sam Wilhite. I did my undergraduate here at Northeastern State University. I am from Stillwell, Oklahoma. My major was corporate communication. My minor was management. I did 2 years here concurrent when I was in high school. Transferred to the U of A as soon as I graduated, and I decided to stop pursuing the degree. I'd seen several ads, the Facebook ads, things like that, of go back to NSU, and so I talked to my mom about it. I said, what do you think I should do? She said, I think you ought to finish what you started first off. My grandmother went to...
So that is a bit of our testimonial categories. And then next we'll move on to awareness. So this video down here shows some of the features of the NSU Fit, what the NSU Fit has to offer for students and community members. So that one was a fun one just because we can get our student workers involved, and as you can see, they use the GoPro, and that one was just a fun one to work on and edit. And then finally we had VNRs, or video news releases. VNRs are combined clips from an event that are sent to external media, such as different news stations around town, along with written press releases that get picked up and talked about throughout the community. And you may have seen some portions of a VNR from NSU on the news. So be sure to keep your eye out for that now that you know what it is.
Yeah, is higher. The top of the pressure at the airfoil is lower.
The job growth in Oklahoma for mechanical engineers over the next decade is expected to be over.
So that's just a quick example of a video news release. There we go. Next is client request. So this first video was requested to document the fall 2024 sorority bid day. That's just a little snippet from that. That was a really fun event. A lot of energy with that event, so that was fun. Testimonials can also fall under the client request category. Let's see here. This video was created to, again, showcase the Milken Mentorship Program through the college, and we use these for awareness, recognition, and web pages. So for the Milken Mentorship Program, testimonials, we did 2 students. First one you saw was Jessica Schrader, and this is Allison Black.
I am Allison Black. I am a general science teacher here at Union 8th Grade Center. I'm a part of the Milken Mentorship Program here at Northeastern State University. I decided to pursue a degree in education because I've always wanted to be a teacher. I've always felt the need to be able to be a part of the next generation. I want to be the teacher that's there for them no matter what's going on in their life. When I first heard...
So that was a little bit of Allison's testimonial. And then finally, recruitment. So my coworker and I are often requested to attend recruitment events for high schoolers, and this specific video was created and requested to show during recruiters' presentations. And the purpose of this video is to get prospective students excited to learn more about NSU.
I really like NSU because of the community aspect that campus has.
It's very easy to get involved on campus.
So that's just a bit of that one. All right. So to actually submit a videography request to get one of these videos created for you, there are a few steps. So step 1 is to go to the NSU website at nsuk.edu/cm, and you can search, or you can either go to the website and search communications and marketing in the search tab, or you can do /cm, and you will go to the creative services tab, and there will be a videography request tab. And there will be a form that you fill out, and this is a blank form. It's just the standard, fill out your first, last name, email, what department you're from, what's the name of your project, and then you'll tell me a little bit about the video that you're wanting, like who the video is for, what your target audience is, what the goal and purpose of the video is, how and where this video will take place. And then the form continues on about what's the length of the video that you're wanting. Is there an existing video or photo or graphic that goes along with your event that we can kind of base the video off of and coordinate with? Is there a script that you're needing for your video? We can help write the scripts and things like that. And then the last part of the form is just, what kind of assistance are you wanting? What's the deadline for your video? Things like that. All right, next part is our presidential teleprompters. So we do have 2 presidential teleprompters available for request. These teleprompters can be used during large speeches, lectures, and high-scale presentations. They are mainly for events with a large audience, so think auditorium or stadium venue. They're for the speaker to be able to refer to their notes or speech without having to look down at a computer or a paper. No camera is involved with these presidential teleprompters. Again, it's basically just so your speaker doesn't have to constantly be looking down at their notes. They can have the notes right in front of them on either side of them. This picture down here at the bottom with the stadium view kind of shows you what the presenter view looks like. You can see the words on the teleprompter, but it won't be a huge bother to the audience. And again, these are just some examples of what it would look like using a presidential teleprompter, not super distracting for the audience. And as long as your presenter kind of stays in one general area, they can most of the time always read the teleprompters. And the teleprompter request form is basically the same process as a video request form, except you will go to the teleprompter request tab instead of videography request. And the form is much shorter than the video form, but it's basically the same information. And that is all I have for the video portion. Are there any video specific questions at the moment before we move on? Perfect. Okay. Abby, take it away.
All right. Do you want me to share my own screen or do you want to click through for me?
I can click through for you if that's all right.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the photography section of the presentation. If I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet, my name is Abby Kelly and I'm the university photographer here at NSU. Just like Hannah, I have also attached my contact information under my title, so that is my phone extension and email to reach out to me. I also listed our student workers on this page because they do a lot of work with assisting us at events and with projects. And so I put their names on here because, you know, there are a lot of times where Hannah and I are not always able to be at an event ourselves. And so you will see them out and about with the cameras and things working hard. And so you might need to recognize their name if they get attached to an event that they're supposed to cover for you. Just like Hannah, I also believe my purpose at NSU is telling NSU's story through photography. And we love to say this and use, you know, telling NSU's story as our purpose because whenever we take photos and videos at events and of our students, a lot of times these materials are used on social media and for advertisement purposes. And sometimes prospective students, sometimes seeing the photos and videos might be the first interaction that they have with the university. So it's really important to use photo and video to showcase all the amazing things that NSU is doing here. So you can go to the next slide, Hannah. All right, just like the video and teleprompter request, the photo request form is also located under the request forms. There's, as you can see, there's quite a few questions on here. A lot of times I get asked by people, what if I don't know the answer to a specific question? I always tell people to fill it out the best you can. And this is our main photo request form. So this is the same for event request, directory photos, all the things. So depending on if you are wanting to request a directory headshot, some of these questions may not apply to that, and just, leave them blank or just put not applicable on there if that is the case. But just always fill out as much information as you can. And to find the photo request form, it is also located under the communications and marketing page under creative services. So what does photography look like for NSU? Just like some of the things Hannah listed, we use photos for marketing purposes, social media, publications. You'll find a lot of photos on some of the billboards in downtown. We use a lot of the photos on the website, and for ads, you can see some of the different things I've attached on here for different publications and some advertisements that we also posted on social media. We love to use our own students for these opportunities because we think it's really important to showcase, our actual students and what they're doing here. And so people can see familiar faces. And then sometimes, those students will also share the things that they're in. And that can also help us reach more people on social media, which is really important for future students. We also, something I try to do is a marketing photo shoot once a semester, where we have our own students and own faculty or staff participate in them. So if you ever know of anybody who is interested in participating in these opportunities, please reach out to me. I would love to have more students always participate. So. Okay, directory headshots. I get a lot of questions about directory headshots. I've attached some examples on here of what you can expect for a directory headshot. So you would fill out the photography request form, and you can request a day and time to come get that photo taken, and I'll let you know if I have it available. We take all of the directory photos in our photo studio located on the first floor of the web building with our white backdrop setup. And a lot of times people ask me if there's anything else they need to do after they get their photo taken, like how to get the photo updated into the directory. And that is actually something I will do for you. So I am responsible for updating your photo into the directory. But any other directory things like your title and your phone number and office location, all that is not me. That would be IT. So you would have to fill out a request through IT for those things. So I'm just responsible for the photo side of it. But so once I upload your photo into the directory, I'll also send you a personal copy so you can use it, for your email, photo, or anything like that, so people can recognize your face. We think it's really important for our students to be able to look you up into the directory and see your smiling face and be able to recognize you through that. Another question I get asked a lot is, what if I work on the Broken Arrow or Muskogee campus? And I try to get up there to both campuses once a semester to take those photos. And I try to let each campus know when I'm coming, so the employees can have a chance to come by and get that taken. But if not, sometimes it is, if you find yourself coming to the Tahlequah campus before I'm able to come up to the other campuses, sometimes you may get your photo taken faster if you're ever, because I am primarily on the Tahlequah campus. And then another question that I get asked a lot is if we do student headshots, and the answer to that is no. A lot of times people, departments will reach out and want to get headshots taken for their students in their department. And that is always a lovely sentiment, but we just aren't able to, we don't have the staff or the time to be able to give to that, considering how many students we have here at NSU. And so we do not take student headshots unless they have won an award that we are featuring in a publication or on social media or things of that nature. I believe that Career Services used to offer free headshots for students. I'm not 100% sure if they still do that or not, but if you are interested in wanting to get student headshots, I would maybe point them into the direction of Career Services for that. Okay, a huge thing that I photograph here on campus is campus events. And there's so many different categories of campus events that are included in that. You can see River City Players, Homecoming, and the Glow Party are some of the photos that I featured on this page, and there's just so many more. I couldn't even list them all for you. Photography for campus events, we ask that must be requested 2 weeks prior to the event. And if you know of an event that you have going on a couple of months from now, don't be shy. Send in the photo request for it. As soon as you can send in the photo request for it, the higher likelihood that we'll have availability to come to your event, because we're just able to have more advance notice. So just know that the later you send in the photo request, the higher likelihood that we may not be able to attend, or we might have a student come, or we may not be able to stay at your event the entire time, depending on, how advance notice you give us on it. And then also something else is whenever you have an event, if there's anything like specific imagery you're wanting at the event, please list that on the photography request form. A lot of times I will show up at an event and I get asked to do like a special thing that we had not discussed ahead of time. And most of the time we're able to accommodate for that. But sometimes we're not, depending on what that specific imagery request is. So make sure if you are wanting a specific request at the event to make sure to let us know, because sometimes we may have to leave before the event is over, depending on what the event is. And so sometimes we're not able to accommodate that if we don't know about it ahead of time. Does anybody have any questions about campus events specifically? Okay, we'll move on. Okay, then you may hit the space button, Hannah. Yeah, Smug Mug. Okay, so we take all these photos and we store them in what we call Smug Mug, which is our online archival site. And we have approximately 240,000 photos stored in there. I think our catalog goes back to 2008. So yeah, we have a lot of images in there. Everything we take gets stored in there. We do have an internal folder and a public folder. And the public folder, anything that's in the public folder can be accessed by anybody anytime. And I try to keep that updated with different events that we have going on, specifically things like graduation. You can always find graduation photos listed in the public folder to look through. And we also try to keep updated imagery of our 3 campuses. So if you're ever, needing to put together, a brochure or something like that, or some sort of advertisement that you're wanting to put together, you can always look through there and find photos of that. And there's student photos in there as well, like student photos from student events. And then the internal folder is where we store all of our imagery. And there are photo folders in there that are password protected, but we do hand out the password. We just ask that you personally reach out to me through email and let me know, why you would like the password and how it would help you moving forward to have more access to various photos on campus. And that's really about it for Smug Mug. We do keyword the photos that we take. And so that is how we're able to find photos on Smug Mug is through keywording them. So if you're wanting to look up photos of sorority bid day, you could type in sorority bid day, and all the images that are keyworded that should pop up for you, along with plenty of other keywords and photo events and things like that. Does anybody have any questions for us about the photo section or video section of the presentation?
Hey guys, can
Go
you
ahead.
tell? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, I was prepping one. I- is there any if I have an event and they are high school individuals, do I need permissions for that? Are we allowed to show their faces? I noticed a lot of the videos you talked about some events with high school folks, but I didn't see any faces. Why is that?
Yes, great question. So, for mainly for recruitment events that are tailored towards high school students, such as um, any of the like Riverhawk hypes, jams, VIP Junior Day, things like that. Um, since they are high schoolers, we don't typically have photo and video release forms for them, and so we tend to steer clear of getting faces in any of those photos or videos. So when you see videos and pictures from those types of events, you'll see a lot of backs of heads with the NSU speaker and on the stage, or um, in one of those videos they were flipping through the brochure for VIP Junior Day. So we see their hands, but even though we don't see their faces, we're still seeing something very visual and something that pertains to the event. Um, but yes, typically we don't get high school aged people's faces, and if we do get NSU students, we try to always make sure we have video and photo release forms for them. So at Abby's marketing photo shoots, we always have the students sign release forms and things like that.
Thanks for the clarity.
If somebody wanted to have like a college picture or things like that, like of all of the faculty and staff and stuff, would you be willing to give like recommendations of a good place for the number of people or like photos and stuff?
Yes, just to clarify, do you mean like if the college was wanting to get headshots and group photos done, not through
Just
us?
like just a big like the whole you came out and did CSHPs in the fall. But
A
it
group
was
photo?
kind of we were up at the foundation and it was kind of cramped. So if somebody were to ask, would you have options? Let's say it's 75 people, you've been around campus and know a lot more places,
Oh
then
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, are you willing to give options for
Oh,
those things?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Most of the time, I kind of go off whatever is asked of me. And so I know you were doing, I believe, your presentations and meetings that day over
Yeah.
in the Alumni Center. And
Yeah.
so for that level, for that quantity of people, it was really just easier to go ahead and try to fit everybody in that space. But as long as I have advance notice and people are open to exploring different locations and options for events and things like that, I'm definitely open to discussing different locations and trying to come up with, the best location and the best scenario possible to get the best imagery possible. So absolutely
Okay.
open to that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Also, I do want to make a note that this Zoom workshop will be recorded, or is being recorded, and it will be posted on the NSU YouTube page. And so if you do have any more questions or couldn't, if I said something specific and you're like, I don't remember what she said, but I know it was a good point that would help me, you can always go back to this specific video and rewatch it. And that's the same for all of our university relations departments. We each do a workshop. So the graphic design team has a video as well. So if you have any questions about that, you can always contact us, or you can always go back and refer to these videos.
Oh yeah, you can contact us anytime. We love to be, we would love to answer your questions instead of having you ponder about them. So anytime you have questions, let us know and we'll try to answer them the best we can.
I have one quick question, ladies. Pardon me. I'm Dr. Stroud. I'm faculty with the English department. I have a question. If I'm needing help building my own website, like for professional use, would I reach to IT or graphic design folks, or somebody in your department can help? Like create your professional website. Who would I contact or reach out to.
So whenever you say creative website, do you mean your own personal website?
That is like, you know, reflection of my like professional activity, like, you know, like my research, and, you know, like a lot of my colleagues actually have one. So, you know, like they refer colleagues and people from their field to, you know, check out what they're currently working on, what their past research was, you know, something that doesn't have to be complicated, but it looks professional, where you can, again, you know, maybe upload some of your like research, your articles, something you've done, something you're working on, right? Like maybe talk to some colleagues, you know, maybe get some feedback, something like that. But I would say, in a way, yes, personal and professional, not just like your social media presence, right? Or your own page, but like, again, something that you can say, hey, if you want to know more about my current work, because I, you know, was working with somebody and the colleague from England said, hey, you know, if you want to look at my research, here's my link to my website. And it was amazing, you know, like I found all kinds of helpful stuff there, like the courses she's teaching, you know, her syllabi, other things that I can use also as a professional, reach out, because I'm not going to travel to England to talk to her about it. So I
Right.
thought, well, this would be kind of a cool way to, you know, have a little bit more of that professional presence, and people can check out your stuff in your field.
Yeah.
Of course, students, but definitely colleagues. So I didn't know if there's something we offer.
I think Jennifer Zender might have a better answer to that question than me.
That is a good question. And Dr. Strout, I would say that at one point, I do know that Academic Affairs was working on some ideas for a space to have faculty and their expertise showcased. I don't remember if that was still within their realm to host on our website. I will let you know that, you know, things will be changing as of April of 2026 as far as accessibility and things like that. So, you know, we need to keep in mind that any of the things that we discuss on websites and personal pages and things like that, you know, just from a accessibility standpoint, needs to be available in all formats. So if you have imagery, you have to describe it. And if you have videos, you need to have transcription and transcripts and all kinds of fun stuff. But I would reach out to Academic Affairs at this point and see what they recommend. In theory, you would want everyone to come back to your home institution to find out more about you, obviously, because it promotes you, it promotes your work here, it drives bodies and dollars and influence back to where you are doing the things. But I would reach out to them first. We do have assistance through our web communications department as far as they might be able to suggest platforms and or pages. I'm not sure. They do not necessarily work on faculty specific pages that I'm aware of that aren't related to the institutional one. But that's a great, like I said, I remember working with some professors that were trying to get some research pages established for Academic Affairs. So I think I would start with them first. Maybe Lindsay
Okay, great.
Taylor
Yes,
could
I
point
will
you.
definitely do that. Perfect. I appreciate it, guys. Just didn't know who to contact.
No,
Perfect.
this is what we're here for. We try to figure it out.
Thank you.
All right. Any last questions before we conclude this meeting? Going once, going twice. All right, time's up. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we hope to hear from you all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.